Welcome, everyone. Dr. Mike DeBoard, B3 Sciences, exciting presentation, Tuesday, December 13th. Welcome to everybody live. Welcome to everybody that's watching the recorded presentation or watching it on Facebook stream. Special guest tonight, man. We got the Get Your Mind Right guy, Todd Durkin, industry legend. When I had the chance to hear that Todd Durkin was trying the bands, let me tell you something, I was excited, not surprised, because I knew that B3 bands were going to penetrate the entire country. But when you get a chance to meet a guy like this, and then, we hit the jackpot, everyone. Todd Durkin aligning himself with B3 is an absolute game changer. And he's here for a reason. He's internationally recognized, world-renowned author. Get his book, The Next Big Thing. He'll tell you about that. Get his goals, his God-sized dreams planner to start your year. He owns a gym. He's trained professional athletes, and he's even got a mastermind group. He mentors other fitness pros, and I love the favorite saying he does, get your mind right. Well, let's go live now, and let me bring up Todd, spotlight him along with myself here. And what a story this guy has. Let me get out of gallery view here. There we go. Todd Durkin, welcome to the presentation. Man, I'm excited. And before we go to Todd, let me tell you something. He's a Christian brother like me. When I got to meet him, he has so many values that I align with: family, Christian, caring, giving. And then he's an industry icon, so it was just a no-brainer for B3. But Todd, tell us, to start off by, saying hi to everybody. And first of all, tell us this history, how you became this legend in the industry.
Well, Dr. Mike, first off, thank you. Thanks for having me on. And everyone who's live right now, thank you. It's great to be here. I look forward to spending the next few minutes with you guys just talking shop on anything with training, performance, life, business, whatever you want. I'm pumped to talk not only BFR and B3 Sciences and what it's done for me. I know what it's done for you. Everyone's got a great story, and I'm really, really excited to be part of this community, Mike. And I'm pumped up, fired up for tonight. So let's rock and roll, baby.
Awesome. So Todd, how did you get started in this industry? I know a little bit about your story, but it's fascinating.
Well, I think that the story, I was an athlete growing up, and then I went to college on a football scholarship. My dream was to play in the NFL. I'm a quarterback, was a quarterback, still train quarterbacks to this day. And growing up an athlete, for me, I grew up poor back in New Jersey, 8 kids. I'm the youngest of 8 kids. And for me, I knew that athletics was the way out. And I earned that scholarship. But after college, I didn't get drafted in the NFL. So I took the circuitous route to play professional football, and I went overseas to Europe. And what happened there in Europe, actually, at the time, has anyone ever been so broken that you've been down, depressed, and you look back years later and it was like the biggest blessing of your life? For me, that's what happened, because I ended up in 1995 herniating 3 discs in my back, spinal stenosis, degenerative back disease. The doctor in French was like, Todd, he got a back problem. He needs surgery, career over. So I was 25 at the time, Mike. And what happened was I knew that my football career was over from 5 to 25. That was my dream. And then I went on a 5-year healing path to heal my own pain without surgery. And that got me into fitness. I already had my degree in kinesiology. I'd already been to massage therapy school. I love body work. I love strength conditioning, but I wanted to put it all together. I just didn't know how I was going to do that. So I was like, let me give this gym thing a shot. In year 2000, before it was, in vogue, I opened up a training studio, no clients, no money, no business plan, called Fitness Quest 10 in San Diego. And it was there that I had about 3 months to make it or break it, because I had no clients and I had no money. And before you know it, 22 years later, here I am. Fitness Quest 10 took off, built that gym into one of the top gyms in America. And I've had the good fortune to train some of the top athletes in the world over the last 20 plus years, from my first guy, LaDainian Tomlinson, to then Drew Brees, Darren Sproles, Carson Palmer, Reggie Bush, guys now like Mike Chandler, baseball, MLB athletes, Olympic athletes, and also the everyday fitness enthusiasts, moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and kids. Someone once said, "Hey, TD, why don't you like open up a sports performance only facility?" I'm like, why would I do something stupid like that? I said, listen, everyone, I don't care if you're a grandma, you all want performance. I want performance. And that's what Fitness Quest 10 was founded upon. 23 years later now, on Jan 1, 23 years later, that's what we still operate on is I don't care how old you are, what you do, it's getting your body, mind, and your soul right. And Dr. Mike, that's how I got into this. It was a mistake that I got into fitness because I was trying to figure out, if I wasn't going to be a pro quarterback, then what am I going to do? God had a plan for me that actually ended up allowing me to work with 2 Heisman Trophy winners, over a dozen NFL quarterbacks. Some are still on the active roster now. That's part of what I do. But yeah, to me, it's all about changing lives and motivating and inspiring people to be the best they can possibly be, regardless of one's age.
Awesome. You've seen everything, Todd. I mean, everybody approach you. You get approached every day about something. Why would you choose BFR? What was the reasoning, and what did it do for you?
It was a mistake again, honestly. I don't know about everyone listening in, and I love to hear in the chat. Please open the chat box up, drop your comments below. Guys, the pandemic wrecked me. It wrecked me. And I mean that physically and mentally wrecked me. Why? Because God's plan for me is I want to save the world. I'm out there trying to save the world. And this is what I did. For all you fit pros, you get it. I was trying to save my gym. I was trying to save all the gyms of those who were in my mastermind. And I'm like, get on my back, get on my back, get on my back. Well, 9 months later, my back literally broke, and it was bad, to the point where I spent the end of 2020 and most of 2021, Mike, where I couldn't work out. When I say I couldn't work out, I'm talking there were days I couldn't go for a walk around the block with my 4-legged furry friend, my golden retriever Jersey. I mean, so when I used to joke about, hey, it's day for arm farm, it's because that's all I could do was do bicep curls and tricep press downs, because my back was so jacked. I had to see surgeons. They're like, you need a massive surgery on your back. It's going to put you down about 6 months. It's going to be a 2-day surgery. And to be honest with you, brother, I was in a bad place mentally. Here I was, in June of 2020, middle of all the garbage going on in the world. I wrote a book called Get Your Mind Right. And here I was, like the king of Get Your Mind Right. And I'm like on here in my home office, I am right now, trying to peel myself off my own couch. Like, hey, I'm the king of Get Your Mind Right. And I'm the one that can't even get up right now. And why do I share that story? Because number one, all of us have been knocked down. Some of us are down right now. I had to battle like hell to just move. There were days I was bear crawling in my backyard because that's like the only thing I could do, because I was just trying to get my mind right. I knew I couldn't do my traditional kind of lifts I wanted to do. And I was serving my mastermind, and a gal named Amber Kivett, who I've known for a long time, say, TD, you need to try these BFR bands. I'm like, BFR bands, I know what they are, but my athletes have been using BFR for years. In the rehab setting, they go to their NFL facilities, they get BFR'd, and then they come in and train with me. But I'd never used them personally. So I was like, I'll do anything to just train at somewhat of I want the feeling that I'm getting this great workout in, knowing I can't put on 225 on the bench anymore. I couldn't squat at all because I couldn't load my spine because of my discs were shot. And it was like a train wreck with a 32-degree curvature of the spine. And it was, man, like it was a low time. And Amber's like, try these BFR bands. And I tried them. And I didn't tell anybody, by the way, for over 6 months that I was using them, because I was like a guinea pig. I'm like my own personal guinea pig. I'll try anything and everything before I ever go out and endorse something or share with my clients, my athletes, people at the gym. And most of 2021, while I was in an abyss of darkness myself, trying to climb out of it and trying to inspire the world to greatness, I'm using BFR in my home gym at Fitness Quest 10, just trying to save myself. And that's how I got introduced to it. And it was because of my own personal anecdotal experience that I had with the BFR bands. I'm like, this stuff is real, and this could be the new way I train, because I know that I can't train the way I used to train, but I want to train like I used to train. I want the same results, and I don't want to just have to go to a doctor and get shot up with testosterone and growth hormone and everything else. I want to do it naturally if possible. So hence, that's how it came into my life, Mike.
Awesome. Well, since you've been using it, anybody else in your family? I know you had somebody you care deeply about said, best workout I ever had yesterday.
Yesterday, literally, I was just telling you that. Well, first off, my son literally just walked through the door from college. He's back on the East Coast. He's a football player. And then he hurt his knee in the 8th game of the season out with MCL, and they actually have him BFR in the team room in his that. I just saw him before we went live here, and he's like, Dad, I need to be BFRing tomorrow. So he will be. But yes, my wife, Melanie, my better half, she's a BFR addict. Like, she's all the time. And yesterday she's like, God, I had such a great workout with the BFRs. I've got 3 kids, and I'm blessed with our family. And I always love it when I go into the home gym, or I see her yesterday. She was at Fitness Quest 10 and got a great workout in at Fitness Quest 10 doing the BFRs. So Melanie is a big advocate of the BFR as well.
Right. So, obviously you were injured, moms out there like Melanie, but what about athletes? What about pro athletes? Who have you put it on?
I try to put it on anyone and everyone that wants the best results. Here's what I do with my athletes. Right now, I've got baseball in season. Their off season's my in season. So right now, baseball's off season, so it's my in season for baseball. As soon as the football season ends, that's my in season with them. It's their off season. So right now, I've got our baseball guys in. These are Major League Baseball players or minor league players trying to make it to the majors, and we're trying to squeeze out every ounce of gusto that they've got. And I'm always looking for an edge. Obviously, every legal, moral, and ethical edge that you can possibly get. I have never condoned PEDs or anything illegal, including nutritional supplements. That got to be, the right stuff that is going to only put the athlete in the best position. So one of the things that I use with my athletes, just used it Monday, yesterday, is at the tail end of the workout. For me, they're usually about 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending if they're on field speed training or strength training. I'll typically, the last 15 to 20 minutes yesterday, we BFR'd them on the upper body yesterday. So I use it with all my athletes. And it's part of their overall arsenal, right? It's not the only thing we do, because if I'm working with quarterbacks, they're throwing, they're lifting, they're running. But when we're in the weight room, I love to integrate it as part of the overall routine.
Awesome. Awesome. So, not only did you use it yourself and you use it on your athletes, you kind of looked at BFR and saw something, and, we formed an awesome alliance. What do you see? Obviously, you don't think this is a fad, because you would not be putting your time and energy and resources into BFR going forward. You've seen it now, you've heard it, you know who's using it. What do you see for BFR in the future? Why are you aligned with B3?
Well, first off, I would never get behind anything or anyone I don't believe in. So that's the first and most clear thing is, if I didn't believe in you, Dr. Mike, and your science and what you're doing, I wouldn't be here tonight, spending time with these great people. So if it aligns with my core values and what I stand for and excellence, that's the first thing. Also, I would never endorse anything that I don't use myself personally. And as I shared, I used the BFR for over 6 months, these bands, before I even said a peep that I was using these BFRs, because I was selfish. I needed help myself, and I wanted to help myself before I could even say, hey, let me strap these B3 bands around your arms or your legs and start to get results, to my grandma or grandpa or 82-year-old pastor who is looking for an edge because he's 82 and he can't train the way he used to, but wants to get the same results. So for me, I had to be able to use it first. So when you ask, why did I get behind that? It worked for me. I started doing my own investigation like I would with a nutritional supplement or any other performance enhancing product. I did my research, and I did my research independently, and as well as I leaned in on those in my circle about the history of BFR, where it stemmed from, why, and frankly, with B3 Sciences, I did my research on B3 Sciences because there's other BFR companies. And if I'm going to put my reputation that's been built over 25 years in this industry, in working with some of the top athletes, executives, entrepreneurs in the world, then you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm not going to get aligned with someone that doesn't have the same values that I have, that stand behind. And that's why I align with B3 Sciences, because of the commitment to education and science and ongoing commitment to that. Because it's one thing to create a great product. I've tried other BFR bands. None of them are anywhere as comfortable and competent as what I have on right now. As well as what I love is the education. And when I say the education is, you can create a product and they say, hey, people, go buy the product. Well, I don't think that just works nowadays. I think you got to continually learn why you're going to use it and continue to have education behind that and practical uses. Many years ago, I got involved with a company called TRX. Some of you folks in the fitness industry probably know what you all know what TRX is, but if you're a fitness enthusiast or a weekend warrior, you're not in the training field, those black and yellow suspension training straps, Randy Hetcher created that years ago. I got behind them because Drew Brees blew out his shoulder in 2006. I was with Kevin Wilk, the PT, with Dr. James Andrews, and I started doing my own due diligence. And Dr. Mike, what I look at now as B3 Sciences is the same as what TRX was then in building a global iconic company, because they were committed to the ongoing education and training and learning for all people. And I love that about TRX, and have been aligned with them since 2006. I think we're at a very embryonic level right now with B3 Sciences, because the people I'm looking at on the call right now, y'all are early adopters like I am. I mean, this has been around for a long time, but I'm like, man, if I can help get this word out, like all of you on the call, about what this can do, let's start with ourselves. Like, I want to feel better. I want to be able to train like a beast, even though I'm 51 years old now. I want to be able to train like a beast, but I'm not going to be able to put the same weight on the bar or do the same stuff. I travel a lot. I'm doing a lot of keynote speaking and motivational speaking. I'm going to take it in my bag. I'm going to take my bag, put my BFR bands in my bag. I'm going to rock and roll. And people are like, what's in the bag? Don't worry about it. It's my little secret, because everyone wants a little secret. And I got my arms and my leg straps in there, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So to me, that's why I got aligned with B3. I see where it's going. I see where the industry is going. And I've had the ability in my career to kind of get a feel kinesthetically of where things are going. Where people are at in pain, they can't train their ways to it. Was high stress. It's killing our bodies. I think B3 is unbelievably positioned to make some major waves and impact in the bottom line is results. That's it. Is it going to help me get better or not? If it is, what's that worth? Because going to a doctor, having another surgery, man, I don't want that if I can help it. So I'll do anything to get the results. And that's what B3 Science is all about, Mike. And that's why I align with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah. As you know, Todd, we've got a lot of what we call consultants, or similar to coaches. They're distributors. We've got a lot of people that have joined through your and Larry's network. What would you say to somebody, like we're talking to your fitness pros and the doctors and the moms and dads that are on, that, hey, maybe they've got an extra 3 or 4 hours per week. What would you say to them about the opportunity that's in front of us? And you kind of said it, this is embryonic and it's going to be big, and they get to be early adopters. What do you think that could mean for them in the future from a business standpoint?
Well, there's two things before we get to the business part. I would implore anyone listening in right now, because I know this firsthand from the last 2 years of battling like hell, is we got to take care of ourselves first. And let me remind you, as your coach right now, is, folks, we need to make sure that we take great care of ourselves first and do whatever we can. And that's from what we're eating, what we're drinking, anything like BFR bands that you can use as biohacks. someone, I forget who, earlier on, you'd read my What's Next book that just came out. It was my first collaborative book. We have 28 authors in that with all of the trends of what's next. We've got to have our health first. I always say he or she who has their health has 1,000 dreams. He or she who does not has one. I want my health. I want my health. I'm not sure about y'all, but I feel like there's been more loss in the last several months than ever before. And I'm like, man, it's your health. It's your health, your health. Now, if we're taking care of ourselves and we're on the process and the journey of taking better care of ourselves in all facets, and you're looking for opportunity, great. There's opportunity there. I'll be the first to tell you, just make sure the opportunity fits within your wheelhouse of what you want to do. My mission is to motivate, inspire people to greatness. If it's going to help someone get results when it comes to their health, their mindset, their fitness, I'm all in. So to me, if someone's looking and they have a few hours, all you're really trying to do, and say, to me, it's about this. It's not like going out and selling the gospel of BFR. It's going out and helping people become the best they can be through great health. And one of the tools just so happens is we got the best BFR product on the planet. So you have an opportunity, if you'd like to improve your health, Joe, Mary, whoever, is try these bands out. Because I don't like to go out and sell things. I'm like, hey, try the bands out. Oh, you like them? Great. There's an opportunity for you if you'd like to either A, buy them, or B, there's a business behind it if you want. Get involved with the business if you'd like to. If you're slammed and you can't, then just go spread the gospel that there's other ways to get better without killing your joints and killing your body all the time. That's going to provide results. What kind of trainer are you? I'm a results trainer. I get results for people. Well, that's what you do. And you don't have to be a trainer necessarily to believe in the product. Many of you are not trainers on the call, but if you've used the BFR bands, you know they work. And if you're looking for an opportunity, or as my friend Gary Vee would say, you're looking for a side hustle, but that actually is going to make a difference, and you're not just out doing dumb stuff, it actually makes a difference positively in people's life. So that's how I would answer that, Dr. Mike, is opportunity exists. I always believe that if you can marry up opportunity with something that you truly believe in authentically and passionately, and it's helped you personally, you have a story with it. There's a reason why everyone's on this call tonight, late at night on the East Coast. It's 9:30. And you're like, man, what is it? There's always opportunity. It's just a matter of if you believe in that and you're using it, man, share it. Most people don't share it, or they're like, I don't know, what are they going to say if I'm using it? Hey, if it's helping you, it's going to help other people. And right now, last I checked, there's about 252 million people that need a lot of helping around this world, just physically, because people are jacked up and hurting and need every bit of edge they can get.
Yeah, you know, when you talk opportunity, Todd, and products out there, it brought up an interesting point. You said 252 million. You know, this isn't like a nitric oxide product where maybe 40 million of those people could benefit. I mean, this is every single person needs exercise in their life. I mean, this is everybody that's on the call, everybody you reach, touch, love, care, associate with, whether you approach it as a business or not, they need exercise in their life.
100%. Mike, when I'm up on stage and I'm doing my keynote, it's all about time and energy. I want to maximize my time and my energy. And whether I'm spending it with my family, I want to maximize that time and be present. If I'm working out tomorrow morning, which I will, it's part of my best practices, to sit my booty down right here, get my quiet time and get my prayer time, go to the garage, get my workout in. I want to maximize time and energy. That's what we all want to do. Now, if you can tell me, for my 45 to 60 minute morning routine altogether, if I can then maximize that time and get the most bang for my buck, and BFR is part of that, I'm all in. So I don't focus necessarily on the product. I want to know the routine. Tell me the routine that I need to do so that I can maximize results. Okay, here's the routine. This is what I happen to do. This is what my research says, including nighttime routine, early morning routine. BFR is now part of my routine. And to me, it's not just about the BFR. It's about the routine of a high performer of what can you do to get the edge. Again, nutritionally, energetically, hydration, all those things. Because just because you use BFR bands doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to be better. Well, if you're eating like garbage, you're not working out the way you should, you're not sleeping the way you want to. Let's improve those habits that will help you. You put all the habits together with the BFR, lights out.
Lights out, yeah. Let's talk about growth hormone. I didn't bring it up on the questions, but that's huge. And I know you understand growth hormone. How big is being able to elevate growth hormone in your body when you're 30s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s?
Listen, I live in the performance world. And for those of you who follow sport and training and study, even, you study education of hormones. I don't care if you're a guy or a gal, hormones drive everything. Can I get an amen? Anyone? Hormones are everything. So what we want to y'all are laughing like, yeah. So hormones drive everything. Now, ideally, these hormones are coming from your body. As you know, when you study, hormones decrease. Growth hormone, testosterone, IGF-1, all of this decreases as we get older, unless we're training. That's going to help us. And obviously, with the advent of using the BFR bands, that's going to increase your growth hormone, testosterone, IGF-1 in a natural way that, again, doesn't require me to go to an HRT clinic and have to shoot hormones in bioidentical hormones. There are athletes, as you know, can get positive on that. I've been an advocate since day one. I'll have people from the NFL come into the gym and test my athletes. I'm like, any day, anytime, test my guys. He ain't testing positive, but I'll use every possible thing under the sun to give someone an advantage, as long as it's ethical, legal, and moral. So to me, Dr. Mike, what I would say, with any of this, with the BFR especially, is when you do your research and you see the results that you get, why would someone not use BFR as part of the overall? It just as part of their overall, because there's days I want to lift heavy, or I want to get a good volume in, and I can't because my body's not recovering. So hormones are everything. We know that as we get older, especially in our 40s, 50s, 60s, up through your 80s, there's a plummet of hormones. So if we can get an increase in that, and you get nitric oxide released from your workouts even greater than what you're accustomed to. Listen, I don't know about you all. When I'm working out, I want my mind turned on. I want my sharpness turned on. I want to be able to think clear. That's why I work out. Yeah, of course, I joke around, hey, let's get the arm farm in, and all the, it's not a joke because I want to get the arm farm in, but really it's about turning that mindset on so I can perform the way I want to. And to me, BFR in the last year and a half, it's been a year and a half experiment that I've done. And just, as I got involved with B3 Sciences, Dr. Mike, and sharing the excitement with Larry and Amber and my mastermind friends who are on here tonight, it's because the results. I would never personally use it myself if I wasn't getting the results. And I certainly wouldn't go to my mastermind, those whom I coach in the industry or outside the industry, or make a public statement if I didn't believe in it. So I'll go to the record with anyone. I don't care if it's ESPN, Sports Illustrated. This call right here is, this is what I use. This is why I use it. This is why it works. And sooner or later, it's sweeping not only across America, it's going to sweep across the world, because not many people know about it yet, even though it's been around forever. So like, man, might as well get going, because I can evangelize what I'm doing. If you were to see an x-ray of my back, y'all would cringe right now. You wouldn't go to sleep. Carolyn, back on the East Coast.
Hey, well, let's pivot real quick about workouts, right? The non people that are not going to the gym, we got 5, we got 10, we got 15-minute easy workouts. But one of the common questions, especially in the fitness pro world, is, I'm training somebody. I'm already working them out 45 minutes. How does this fit? We've got things like starters, put them on, give a little warm up, take them off, go heavy. We got finishers, right? Like you do, tap it out, get that extra juice at the end. And then we can go BFR only days. Kind of talk to all of our fitness pros of how this is not going to completely disrupt their current program.
That's a great question, because I had a trainer last week say, wait, so should I change my model to only do 20 minutes? I'm like, no, don't change your business model. You're changing lives. I mean, if you're a coach or a trainer, it's sometimes as much you're counseling and coaching someone on the mindset and all of that, as much as you are the physical. No, you don't change the structure of your business. But what you want to do is, in any session, if you are a trainer, you own a gym, to answer your question, is you want to give every client and member the opportunity to get the best results possible. That includes what's in the refrigerator. Is it a bunch of junk in the refrigerator at your gym that you're selling? What supplements? What products are you using? You want a world-class environment to train in, whether it's your garage or it's the gym. Create a world-class environment. That affects your psyche, everything between your dome. So when you get that right, you're going to train at that level. So I would tell the trainer, don't change your structure, but you can integrate. That's what I've been doing. Integrate BFR as part of your program. So maybe, 3 times a week at the tail end of your workout, you're going to use it as a finisher. And let me tell you what, they love when they feel the burn at the end of a workout, when they've already been working hard and replicating the metabolic demands of their sport. And then they feel like they just expunged every ounce of energy out of their corpuscles. They got that. You're like, corpuscles, I haven't heard that word since like high school biology. But you're laughing. Look at Lowell that laughing, right? So this is kind of fun, by the way. It's all about results to me, and you could use it as a starter, as a warm-up. We have my Impact Body Plan, which is my first book, 2010. The dynamic warm-up can be some people's workout. It's body weight. And it's squats, and it's all these different paddles. You see the athletes on the sideline when they're warming up, and 3 hand positions, fastball, breaking ball, change, and they've got their scapulas pinched and all this stuff, and they're going through their routine. Listen, you put the BFR bands on the warm up, that could be most people's workout, and you talk 15 to 20 minutes, you're shot. So you don't always have to have this hour thing. And I'm still reprogramming my mind, Mike, after 25 plus years. I need my 60 minutes. I'm like, I got to reprogram my mind that, hey, sometimes less is more. 20 minutes with the BFRs and getting after it a few times a week. That's
Exactly.
good. So it's a reprogramming of my own mind and set belief systems as well, that not every workout has to be 60 to 90 minutes of, I got to feel like I'm dying to get the results. No. That's hard-headed stubbornness. And as a coach and trainer, if I look back and how I trained LaDainian back in the day, yes, he was an MVP in the NFL. Yes, Drew was a Super Bowl MVP. I would probably back down some of the volume I train those athletes with, knowing what I know now. And I think I could still get the same results with them as well. So
yeah, awesome. And all of us trainers, and I've B3's pushing up to 30,000 people now using the bands. I was in Kansas City with Greg Justice, Greg at his gym.
Greg.
Man, what a cool place. Art still was there, but he had 3 or 4 guys in there that used to do an hour, and now they're like, I'm doing 20 minutes BFR, and they love it. They're paying the same price. So some people, they don't want to train the old way, right? They want the bands. They don't want to hurt. They'll switch over. And then other people, like you said, you put it on the end. It's a matter of introducing it. And then, the person using it's going to give you feedback of how they want to push forward.
For those of you who are new that I haven't met yet before, or you don't know anything about me, I failed to mention something that's important, because if you're in my mastermind or you're a trainer, you probably know this. The last year and a half, I've had a back injury, but I had 2 knee replacements too, Dr. Mike.
Yeah.
2, count them, 2, 2018 and 2020. So when I say I had to do something, I got 2 knee replacements. I'm 51, guys. But I mean, my entire life has been around sport and fitness and football. So I had 2 knee replacements and a back that's been jacked up. I'm doing everything I can to make sure that, hey, listen, I may be in the flesh, and sometimes my body don't feel like I want it to. Okay, more mobility, more yoga, more breath work. I got it. We all need more yin work. But man, I know I can't on my knees or my back do what I used to do, or even sometimes want to do. But man, oh man, if I can get that same exhilarating feeling of, damn, I just crushed that workout, I feel great. Well, then, to me, what's the hidden secret? BFR, I'm telling you, you guys probably know it because you're on this call, but I was going to say it's coming. It's already here.
It's here, yeah.
Not a lot of people know about it yet. There's a great opportunity for you first. I'm still trying to get my own, it would be the day I die, but I'm going to die when I'm 110. So I got 60 years left. So I got 60 years left to get my body right. But boy, oh boy, if I could continue to train like I am and have in the last, 6 to 9 months where my back is feeling better, my knee is feeling better, I'm getting great workouts in, my energy's back, my clarity's back, that I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't share this with my clients, with
Yeah,
people on this. It'd be like, wait, well, it's a secret. You're not sharing it. Yeah, because it works.
exactly. Yeah, well, I'm gonna cut my part short that I was gonna go because we're gonna get to questions and answers because
Love it.
we don't
Please.
get a guy like Todd. By the way, everyone, very similar story. I mean, I had two hips replaced in a knee. After I got the second hip done, it threw my back out. My back's got this big curvature. I mean, I'd spend 18 hours out of a 24-hour day supine. If it was
True.
not for the BFR bands, I mean, it was game over. No more six pack, no more muscles, no more feeling like Superman. I mean, just complete game changer. What it's done for me. But
Thank
thanks,
you, Doc.
Todd. It was awesome to have you on. Can't wait to have you on again. I know you're busy, but man, we've started something special here, and what a journey we're all about to go on.